Welcome everybody back to another episode of Brunch with the Fellas, bringing you the latest trending topic news and entertainment. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV. Always with me, Primo Grande, the one and only Cold Seasons, and we are the Brunch Fellas. How you feeling on this beautiful, beautiful Friday, cuz?
Feeling pretty good, pretty dope. 10 toes down and still around. You know how it go.
10 toes down and still around. I heard that. Always thankful for another day to see the sunrise. And man, don't be surprised by what you can do when you put your mind to it. That's a little message for everybody before we get into it. And another thing before we get into it is head on over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up your copy of 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by Ali Dawood. Their link is in the description. And also, y'all, showing some love the whole year. Subscribe at DB Chef TV on YouTube and put your name in the hat to win $100. It's a random drawing. So we just trying to give you some love back for showing us some love and rocking with us. So we appreciate that. Link in the description, y'all. And like we always say, if money's tight, it's all right. You could do something free and smash
Smash
to the
the
like,
like.
you
That's right.
know. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's topics. So first up, y'all, we got singer David arrested for the death of a dismembered 14-year-old girl that was found in his Tesla.
Ooh,
This transpired a few months back. This story been permeating a little bit, but I guess the investigators and law enforcement had decided to go ahead and make an arrest, and we're gonna go and check that out. Then we got the government cracking down on delivery app fees. Everybody out there be using Grubhub and Uber Eats and I guess any of those other services that Postmates, and it's a host of them. I'm not too familiar with all of them, but those the ones. But the government is taking a look at the fees that add up because people are saying like it's getting crazy out here with everything else going up and the prices. So we're gonna go take a look at that. Then we're gonna head to the DMV area and we're gonna check out this sad story, y'all. It was a former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, a brother, man, and I don't know what happened, but he ended up killing his wife and himself, and it's just a real sad story, and we're gonna go check that out. Then we going to another sad story, y'all. Like another sad story. It was a beautiful, beautiful sister by the name of Ashlee Jenae, who was a YouTube influencer, social influencer, IG, all that good stuff. And she has a mysterious death. And we're gonna talk about that. She went on a vacation and she didn't come back. When we're gonna get into that. And then fifth and final, last but not least, little Tjay homies are wanted by the FBI for the Offset shooting. And we're gonna go and look at how that's unfolding. I guess, yeah. I guess if the FBI is looking for him, Lord TJ is not snitching. So we're gonna talk about that and we're gonna get into that. Let's go ahead and jump into these clips, y'all.
After the decaying body of a 14-year-old girl was found in a car abandoned in the Hollywood Hills in September, a popular New York-born singer whose name was tied to the vehicle was eyed by internet sleuths as possibly being linked to her death, and a grand jury launched a probe into the 20-year-old star. But no arrests were made until now. David, who has not been spotted publicly for months, was taken out of his home in handcuffs surrounded by multiple officers from the LAPD after he was arrested on April 16th. With video obtained by the California Post showing the singer with his hands behind his back as he was led down a residential street in the Hollywood Hills. Neighbors told the outlet that cops swarmed the area. An officer was on a loudspeaker outside the home shouting surrender before the singer was taken into custody. The LAPD confirmed to the Post that Burke was arrested for the murder of Celeste Rivas, just the latest turn in the case that has captivated fans and social media. Here's everything you need to know about the musician David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The young
before we learn everything we need to know about this case, so far, cuz they found her body, you know, dismembered, disfigured, real bad in his vehicle. Does that automatically make him it? Is that automatically tag you it?
Nah, nah. I mean, I know. I mean, I heard a little bit about the case back when they was first talking about it. So, and, you know, it took them a long time to arrest him. So, nah, it's not. You know, tag you're it. You know, when because they found the vehicle, he wasn't in the vehicle. He wasn't nowhere near the vehicle when they found it. So, um, but I mean, they let the investigation play out. But I think if you got a vehicle and you know there's a body in your vehicle, it might not be tag you're it, but you're definitely gonna be playing connect the dots back to your ass.
Yeah, it's just, you know, to me, I don't know how you explain that. You know, I don't know how you know, dead body in your vehicle. Um, like how do you explain that? And you know, and of course they had some type of relationship going on,
Yeah, yeah, and it's proven.
you know, and it's proven.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, man, is this like the 2026 OJ thing?
right. And the only connection to her car, I mean, the car she was found in, was him and her. They were the connection to the car. They knew each other. That's it. You know, she not possible to me. It's not possible for not unless it's a hell of a coincidence for you to end up in the trunk of a car of a person that you know. You know, and they don't know.
I mean, that you was in a possible romantic relationship
Relationship.
with,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know? So yeah, let's get to it. Let's see what they talking about.
Found dismembered in his abandoned Tesla. On September 8th, workers at a Los Angeles tow yard noticed a putrid smell coming from a Tesla that had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. When police arrived to investigate, they made a grim discovery. Inside the Tesla's front trunk was a dismembered body wrapped in plastic. The Tesla in question was registered to David Anthony Burke, a 20-year-old New York-born artist known professionally as David, stylized as D4vd. At the time the body was found in the Tesla, Burke had been on a worldwide tour and performed in Minneapolis that same night. Burke shot to fame in 2022, currently boasting more than 37 million monthly listeners on Spotify. After two of his singles, Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, went viral on TikTok, he latched onto the momentum and released his debut album in April. After police discovered the body in the singer's car, it was reported that he was cooperating with authorities while continuing his tour. The tragedy led to Burke seeing a streaming boost on Spotify. As of September 21st, David's single, Romantic Homicide, jumped to number 8 on the music platform's daily top songs in the US. But there were already signs the incident would impact the up-and-coming singer negatively, as he was scrubbed from a campaign by the brands Crocs and Hollister mere days after they both announced him as their face of their Dream Drop collaboration. Things took a further turn when the body was eventually identified. A little more than a week after the body was found inside David's abandoned Tesla, California authorities identified the deceased as 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Riverside Sheriff's Office confirmed that Rivas had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore in 2024, when she was only 13 years old. Rivas' body was found on September 8th, the day after what would have been her 15th birthday, but she had already been dead for some time.
Okay, so that's something we got to talk about right there. She was already a little girl.
Right, right, and had been missing from her family for at least a year before this happened.
So, Dad, let me ask you this. How long is your baby gone? Any one of your daughters? They've been that age. How long is they gone before you calling me and a few other people that we know we're gonna call that we not getting no sleep till we find these babies? Like how
At 14, it'd be it would literally be a couple of hours after no contact and trying to do the due diligence to find them, you know, her, myself. But you know, if she went out somewhere and she was and then was, you know, just didn't come back in time, at that point you're looking for them. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to reach them. But when it gets to the point where they're unreachable, that's when, the cavalry got to come in, the police got to come in, the family got to come in, everybody got to come in, then when it gets to the point where, you got, you hanging up posters because now days are going by, you got to keep looking out on the street, but you got to keep letting law enforcement know, hey, look, this person is missing and this is not like this person. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's something for her to be missing that long, from her family. But people do get around that age, male and female, and they start smelling themselves, and they think they grown and they wanna be out. So, it might not have been a situation from 14 to 15 where she was in danger, but it may have been a situation where she was out there just being defiant, you know what I'm saying? And then running with the wrong crowd, jumping from couch to couch, trying to meet the guys that got a little clout and a little bit of play, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, she
But
found one right here, clearly.
yeah, yeah,
Clearly, she found one, and
she
he
did, and if you're out there, if you're out there in them streets like that, you'll come across that, But I mean, I'm from the old school, and just like I would tell, my kids or anybody else kids, when you out here that young and you playing around and you come across like an old gorilla pimp type dude, you can find yourself in a situation where you thought you was fun to now you SA traffic. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a
the
game out here
old
with that,
gorilla
and
pimp.
huh?
You said an old gorilla pimp.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, I mean, they strong arm the girls and, and
Yeah,
just
that's
have them
wild.
out there, fearing for their lives, doing things and then bringing the money back to that person. That's, that's a thing, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is back in the day, I think it used to be more isolated to where you could at least be found. But these days, you'll get in a situation like that, and within 24 hours, you'll be 4 or 5 states over, if not out the country.
Yeah, that's
So
ridiculous, man. I'm looking at it on another lens too. Is like how one of the things you were saying that them guys maybe not are pimping, but tricking. So because they got the money, they're getting involved in these relationships with these young girls, and they spoiling them. They buying them stuff. They treating them. So their home life may not be. I mean, it's a whole lot of reasons why she rebelling and what like that thing you said, rebelling and just doing whatever she want to do. Um, without even looking at what the home structure is. It's just like, man, these dudes that be aiding and abetting, you know, like this young brother who was older than her, way older than her, like she a baby,
yeah.
to me, like
Yeah,
she's a
child. She's a
baby,
child. Yeah.
you know, and if he kicking it with her, like that just show you where his level is mentally on his level of maturity that like you this much older family and you messing with a little girl, you know,
Yeah, that's true.
it's like you ain't even cool enough to be able to mess with somebody your age.
Your age, right? But then also out there when they be out there in the streets like that, they will, lie about their age and stuff like that. Um, but I think any grown man, what I'm saying, you should really be trying to figure out. I mean, hell, that's one of the first questions when you're dating. Well, not first questions, but like how old are you? You know what I'm saying? It can even
Yeah,
be a older woman, she in her 30s, and you still want to know, like, hey, is you 31 or 37? I mean, what is you? You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Yeah,
but
this
yeah,
is wild, man. Let's hear the rest of this.
Once Rivas was named as the victim, police jumped into high gear, labeling the case as a homicide investigation. Cops raided a Los Angeles house where the singer had reportedly been living and seized several items of evidence. The raid on Burke's pad comes as connections between the pop star and the dead teen keep piling up online by internet sleuths. Screenshots of old messages by David's Discord fan server show he was rumored to be dating a teen named Celeste years
Mm.
before Rivas was found dead. In one disturbing message in the fan chat room apparently dug up by the
Years.
online detectives, a user allegedly responded to a post from Burke in 2024, telling him to release the song about Celeste Rivas Hernandez, which would have been posted 4 months after she was reported missing. In 2023, Burke allegedly made an unreleased track in which he mentions the name Celeste twice, which was leaked on X following Rivas's identification. In the song, Burke allegedly sings, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest, smell her on my clothes like cigarettes." Rivas's mother told TMZ that the young teen had been dating someone named David before she went missing. The teen also mysteriously had a tattoo on her right index finger that read, "Shh." Several celebrities also have the same tattoo, including Rihanna and Lindsay Lohan, neither of whom is connected to Rivas, but perhaps more mysteriously, so does Burke. Internet sleuths have also been hard at work digging up unverified videos and photos of Burke with a young woman bearing a strong resemblance to Rivas, many times with her face partially covered. Confirmed photos of Rivas were circulating on missing posters in 2024. In one alleged live stream video that is particularly disturbing, a girl resembling Rivas was seen answering fan questions with Burke and mentioned child rape.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Oh, shit.
Also popped up of Rivas's former teacher telling
Whew.
students about how he had taught the teen. He later told TMZ that he was trying to warn the kids about the dangers of social media. X users also dug up another alleged video from June 2024, reportedly showing a girl resembling Rivas going backstage after Burke's show. The girl in pink pants can be seen wearing Hello Kitty Crocs. Missing persons posters from April 2024 say Rivas was last seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, a hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. Burke canceled his world tour and hired high-powered lawyer Blair Burke, who previously worked for disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. Then in February, the Post obtained court documents revealing that Burke was being investigated for murder and that a grand jury had launched a probe.
Hey, what's crazy is that they actually tied him to Harvey Weinstein now. You see how they just kind of like threw that little Harvey Weinstein
said,
quote in there?
Yeah.
You know, like that is wow right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that is yeah, I mean, pretty much, I mean, I think you probably can stick a fork in him. He's cooked. You know, it looked like he ran around, you know, on tour with this young girl. It looked like from what I seen that when she did go missing from her family, she left with him. It wasn't like she ran away and then found him along the way. You know, she left with him. You know, she was living that life. You know, get to be backstage. You know, all the little after parties, all the little fun and games and stuff until it wasn't fun and games no more. And I believe that's pretty much what happened. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. He put her
So
in the
what you
dust.
think happened? Give me this. What you think happened? How did her body end up in the trunk? This is just allegedly, you know, the real law enforcement people gonna figure it out. But we just
so
what you think?
allegedly he murked her, parked the car somewhere where it would get towed, went on tour. The car got found a little while later, and now we're here. That's what I think happened.
Why you think he did that?
I don't know why. But I do think it's a high probability that he's the one who did it. In her car, they had been seen together for years, and he's dead in the trunk of her car. You know, now the only other thing that I could think is,
yeah, she
did. That he said, "Hey, I'm going on tour. Take my car." You know what I'm saying? Handle your business. Do what you got to do while I'm gone. And then she may have gotten to something on the sideline. You see what I'm saying? They got her that way. Now that's possible, you know, but it ain't looking good for him. You know, I mean, years associated with this person and you dead in that trunk, you know, and now long enough for you to, you know, hop on the plane, go do a show in Memphis, you know what I'm saying, or wherever it is, and then her body is discovered. You know, I don't think that's coincidental at all. I think it's one of the two. Either he did it or she got herself into something while he was on tour. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, They say innocent until proven guilty. I think that he's going to have to pretty much prove his innocence on this one.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gonna have to prove his innocence on this one, cuz too. I'm with you right there. Man, man, prayers to the family of that young lady. And man, I don't know what you're gonna do, David. You know, like it's gonna
Yeah, and I mean he was up. You know, he
yeah,
was up. You know, he was up too. So I mean, that's another thing. I mean,
bad
we just
decision, man. Real bad choice in life.
we just talked about Gucci and what's the dude name?
Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty, Gucci and Pooh Shiesty. So we just talked about that situation. You know, where Pooh Shiesty came out and he was up from day one when he came out. You know, and decided to do some foolishness. You know, and even this guy right here, from the looks of it, he was up. He had a deal with Crocs. You know, he was making money. He had millions of streams and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he had some brand deals that was going through and everything. It was
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I don't know who he ain't had no elders around him, nobody. You know, and I know a lot of young people just don't listen to, you know, they gotta you know, the hard head, like granddad used to say, hard head make a soft ass.
That's right.
And you know, it just seemed like they just gotta learn the hard way. They don't, you know, it's like, what do you know? You know, and it's a shame, man, because it don't have to be that way. And I wonder who was giving him pointers, like who was saying, like who was in his ear, like nobody told him and his crew and his entourage, like, man, messing with that little young girl ain't good, man. Like it ain't you, even if it didn't end like this, then you still putting yourself in a situation where she could come for you later and say whatever, and you know, and it be harmful to you, man. So
Listen. I think at the end of the day, she was out there with him, and she was enjoying it for a minute, and then like even in their live stream where she said about pretty much, I don't want to use the word, but by grooming a child. You know what I'm saying? In in something like that, to me, that was like a somewhat of a cry for help. He said, I trained you up, I trained you up," and she said, "By children," and then it was like, ah,
you think that was a cry for help?
in a way, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, because she blurted that out. That's how she felt about herself, about what he was doing to her. He said, I trained you, I trained you up, I trained you, I trained you," and she said, "By how?"
Yeah, he did say
Our
media though. He did say media train though. He
Right,
can't.
media train you, and
Yeah,
then she
he did
said,
say media train.
"How?" But her thing was how, by R wording a child. You get what I'm saying? And then she go, "Ah." You see what I'm saying? I think that was something, you know what I'm saying? And then another ironic thing is that, he lost his deal with Crocs when all this came out, and one of the last pairs of shoes that she was seen in and videotaped in was a pair of Crocs. It's
Yeah, she had the Hello Kitty joints. My
mhm.
wife got them with the glitter on them and everything.
Yeah,
They
so
real jazzy. But
right.
but yeah, it's a sad story. We will be covering it as it progresses to see how it shapes out. And like we said, love and condolences
And I'm probably
to
I'm
the young lady's family. And we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic.
let's do it.
So we got the federal government cracking down on delivery app fees.
Channel 2 Action News investigates has learned the federal government is looking to crack down on hidden or confusing fees when you order food or groceries through delivery apps.
Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray is live in DeKalb County tonight. And Justin, this is a big first step to new regulations.
Yeah, this is that 47-page notice that was filed to the Federal Register. It describes concerns with the delivery apps on your phone, but the price they charge and the fees they add.
I bought something recently and it was like $100 and it was only 8 items. I'm not joking.
All of us who use delivery apps,
Did I really just pay $35 for 2 tacos and a Cobb salad? Absolutely, I did.
we've all had similar moments.
Sometimes you'll calculate it, and then at the end, it's like, this burger costs $10.
Why are all of my service fees and charges $20?
The fees that come with the convenience of having your dinner or your groceries delivered can be not just expensive, but also hard to understand. This advance notice of proposed rulemaking was just filed by the Federal Trade Commission, stating, quote, while platforms may purport to offer free delivery or zero delivery, they often tack on non-optional charges for delivery orders such as service fees. And consumers frequently do not learn the true cost of getting their food delivered until the very end of the transaction.
There's sometimes like a fee for the fee for the fee.
The Federal Trade Commission is now asking for comment from the public on delivery fees. It's the required first step to new rules.
So what you think? Do you use those services? Do you use like DoorDash and Grubhub and all of those things like that?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll use Uber Eats. I did stop pretty much using them as much as I was at one point. The delivery fees are ridiculous, and then it depends on what state you in. They also add in, state delivery fees. Like everybody's getting a cut of the action. At the end of the day, like the girl said, with her food, her
Give me
burger
an
being
example though. Give me an example of what a bill would look like, because I've never used Uber Eats, I've never used Grubhub, I've never used none of that stuff. Like I don't do that. I cook all my food, you know.
okay. So where? Okay, so for instance, like right now, hold on, let my phone do what it's doing real quick. I'm gonna go to Uber Eats. Go to Eats. I'm gonna go to, let's see, where's somebody, like everybody likes what, Zaxby's? Is Zaxby's good?
Well, I know yeah, my in-laws, they love Zaxby's.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
Zaxby's. So right now, what it say is Zaxby's. They have a delivery fee of $1.49, and pretty much it say to be here in 30 minutes. All right, so if I go to Zaxby's and I get a 6-piece chicken finger, I'm gonna add that to it. Okay, 6 chicken finger, 6 chicken finger plates already is up to $19.49.
Damn.
Before you, and this is before
Six chicken strips for a
6 chicken,
dub.
yeah, 6 chicken
That
strips.
ain't even delivery fee or nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the thing, but there it is right there. You know what I'm saying? It's already $19.49.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So then you want to, so if you add, so let's say we're doing that, and you also, let's say
Hold up. Put that back up there again one time.
okay, hold on.
That's $19.49. Crazy for a finger plate, for a chicken finger plate.
Or a chicken finger plate. So then you say, hey, okay, well, let's go ahead, add that to the cart. And then it's gonna ask you if you want some other stuff. Okay, you want to add a handcrafted lemonade. Okay, that took it up to $20.02.
Got
That's
to get
one.
the drink. Got to get the drink. Get the fries though. Let's put the whole order together.
Yeah. So it's a chicken finger plate.
Chicken finger plate, so it come with the fries.
Right. So now let's say you want a plate with traditional chicken wings. I'm gonna add that to it.
Hold up,
Okay.
they got some shrimp on there. Let me get a plate of shrimp too.
You want a plate of shrimp? Let me see. Let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, they got shrimp. Okay, I'm gonna put the shrimp on there. You want the shrimp with the fries and the drink, right? You want the meal, right?
No drink. I'm gonna drink water. I got my own water at the crib.
All right, well, it's gonna be cheaper. Well, I would have to add the fries and all that separately. So it's actually
There it
cheaper.
goes. There it goes. So you
what I'm
know,
saying? But
add
but
it on up though.
no, but I'm gonna give you just the shrimp, all right?
Just the shrimp.
Just the shrimp. Boom. And I'm gonna add you the little bread to go with it, all right?
They got some garlic bread. Yeah,
Yeah.
throw that garlic bread in there. Yeah.
Boom. And you want a drink, so I'm gonna give you the lemonade.
I need extra garlic bread too. I got
Oh, you want 2 of them?
yeah, like
I
two
bet,
chain. I
bet,
got
2 of
Benny
'em.
Hanna
All right.
issues. Extra
I-
garlic butter.
I got you 2 Zaxby breads, and I'm gonna give you a lemonade, all right?
Go ahead.
Boom.
They got flavored lemonade.
They got a frozen lemonade. I'm gonna give you a frozen lemonade.
All right, let me get the
Boom.
frozen.
Now, add that to the cart. Now what it says, save extra on the order with free trial of Uber One. So they're trying to sell you some shit anyway. All right, so let me go to view the cart. Go to proceed to checkout. So for 2 plates, 2, one of them shrimp, one of them my 6-piece chicken tender. This is before we even get to the delivery part and the taxes. So I'm gonna hit checkout.
This just our dinner for Friday night. This brunch with the fellas right here.
Right.
This just a little light snack.
Right. So it asked me if I want to add some more shit. No. Okay. So now we are at checkout. At checkout, no thanks. I don't want to do that. Here's your grand total. Pull it up on the screen. 5607. $56.07. That includes your delivery fee. But once you hit the next button, which I'm not going to hit, once you hit you on mute. Once I hit the next button, which I'm not going to hit because it's going to put an order in, it's going to ask me, do I want to leave like a 15%, 20%, or 25% tip for the delivery driver, which will bring it up to another like $10. So at the end of the day, those 2 meals will end up being $66.
66 for some chicken fingers
and some frozen shrimp
and a 6-piece fried shrimp with a couple fries and 2 lemonade.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't know how people doing it.
And that's what it would be, you know. So I mean, if you go to like it's this place up here called Sedona Tap House, and they got some great pasta and whatnot. And I mean, if you order dinner from Sedona, it's $85-$90 easy. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. You know, I mean, it really is. You know, we just recently started actually doing the grocery delivery, just because we've been a little busy and whatnot. Man, and that's not as bad as the Uber Eats and the Grubhubs. DoorDash, I would never use them ever again in life. I made an order. Order came out to $70. They sent the order to the wrong. Listen, they sent the order to the wrong house. Took a picture of the order on somebody else's porch. I seen it on my phone, and I tried calling the driver. Driver never called. Got in contact with Grubhub, and they gave me a $20 what you call it, certificate to use back with them. So I lost all my money. Like I never got a refund on my $70, and somebody
and
got
you
my
ain't
food,
get the hot plate,
and I didn't get the plate. So yeah, so it's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
They need to do something to crack down on it, because when you look at it and you totaled it up at the end, I backed out. I should have it. It's all these different type of fees. Now, once you hit checkout, all the way to checkout, that's when they hit you with all these fees, like a state fee, some delivery fee, and I mean it's just a bunch of fees. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous. Honestly, if you have a car and you can get in your car and ride around the corner, you're going to save probably about $25 to $30 on your actual delivery. No bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't even use those services. So like, you know, it's amazing the stories that I hear from people that, you know, that experience that. But I do have a confession. We got a Chinese place that we go to. Well, let me say an Asian cuisine, because it's really a sushi bar, but we don't get the sushi though. And every time we go there, dinner for 2 for us is $100 every single time. Okay. And I mean, I must admit, we're not ordering a lot, you know, but it is $100 every single time.
But you go back, so that means that, you know, you're paying for that service that you want.
Look, I'm paying for the food because I like the food,
right?
Because you know, I'm very picky. I'm the chef, baby. So you
Right.
know, I'm very picky on what I eat, and I like the way they prepare it. You know, I like the way it isn't greasy. Like a lot of times you go to certain Asian spots, well, comparable to the takeout, to the carry out, you know,
Right.
It's way better than that. And that's because it is a restaurant. You know, like when you go in there, we just order takeout from there when we don't feel like going there. You know, but they have uh a fantastic drink menu. They drink menu is on point, you know, with the drinks they make. But then they have, you know, a vast sushi, uh what do you call it? Sushi
Sushi
roll.
bar. Sushi bar.
Yeah, their sushi bar is crazy. You know, like you can pretty much just, if you can think of something, they'll make the sushi for you.
Well, you know, I mean, you
Um,
DB chef, and your palate, your taste palettes are, you know, a little bit different than
Yeah,
other people. So, you
yeah.
know, if you like it, you love it. But let me put you on to something else with these delivery services as well.
What they doing?
They have people delivering, and these people deliver in their cars, right? You know, like me, you know, I got a husky. You know, my husky don't be in my car, but a lot of dog lovers ride around with their pets in their cars. Some of these people that ride around with their pets in their cars are delivering your food. It was a video online the other day, um, and I wish I would have known that this was going to be the topic today before I found out. Um, it was a video last week where a guy was filming in a restaurant. I mean, not a restaurant, but a fast food joint.
Right.
The guy come in there with the order. He comes in there with the order, show the order to the people behind the counter for the order. He get the order because he worked for a delivery service. They give him 2 cups. He take the cup and he got down, fill one of the cups up and drink out the cup. And say, man, he turn around, look at the dude, and say, man, it's hot than the motherfucker out there. Refill the cup up with ice, put it on a thing, and went to go deliver it to the people. He drunk out that cup. You see what I'm saying? You know, so I mean, those are the type of things that you have to worry about. And then a lot of times with the delivery service, I can name more times than not that I do get a drink with my order. You hardly ever get the drink. The drink don't show up. Don't show up because the person is doing the delivery service. That's their drink. It's my drink.
They taking the drinks, huh?
They taking the drinks. You see what I'm saying? And then you'll call and
crazy.
be like, hey. And then the other thing about it is you can't. There's no remedy with the establishment that made the food because you bought your food through a third party. You get what I'm saying? So when you call them and you be like, hey man, I ain't get such and such, they be like, hey, take that shit up with DoorDash. Take that up with Grubhub. I mean, we made your food and went out of here. You see what I'm saying? You didn't come up here personally. You know, and I did see another story where a Grubhub person turned around and checked in and said that they picked the food up already. They hit the thing saying that they picked the food up already. And then they showed up at the restaurant 30 minutes later. The restaurant wouldn't give them the food. The restaurant got in contact with the customer and said, hey, your order has been sitting here for 30 minutes. Our food is our reputation. We're not going to send the order through the delivery service. We're going to remake your order hot and we will have an employee bring it over to you. Now that's good. That's integrity. You know what I'm saying? But in the big city, you can't do that because you'll just be losing money at that point.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. That's why I be cooking. That's why I be cooking for real. And I have them little selected places that I do like to eat at. Unless it's a restaurant that we going to that I know the menu and I know what's on it, you know, because we have some restaurants that we go to that I eat the same thing I order the same thing every time I go, you know. I don't try nothing new on the menu. I know what they make, how they make that, and that's what I enjoy. So other than that, you know, like I'm at the crib cooking, you know, like that's it, because I can make it how I want. You know, I could go spend that same $50 we just had at Zach's. I mean, we daggone could go to the grocery store. We can get a whole bird. We can get, you know, I could have got a whole oven roaster, you know, some fried. I could have cut that thing up and put some seasoning on them.
Hey,
And
cuz
then,
I just go ahead.
I'm trying to tell you, and then the fries, and then could have got some shrimp and threw some bread on them and bought the grease and everything. So like we could have I could have bought fresh lemons and a bag of sugar and made lemonade fresh. Put that
Oh,
whole
yeah,
meal
yeah,
together,
yeah. Yeah, I
you
do that. I
know.
make lemonade, put my food together too. It ain't too much eating out. I just bought for like $180 a a roast. Not just the roast, it's the whole part of the cow. You know what I'm saying? It's honestly like 6 roasts in there you can cut out, maybe even more. And it filled my freezer up. I wasn't thinking when I bought it. It was impulse. And but I got enough roast for a year, so you slide
Good.
through,
So
man. I
yeah,
make
so
some
I'm
roast.
coming to your crib
Yeah.
for some,
Slide
for
through.
some barbecue beef tips or something.
Yeah, yeah, you
We
know
gonna
what
do
I'm saying?
something with it. We
Yeah,
can, have some carne asada or something
yeah.
like that. We could do
25
something with it.
pounds, man. It should last the whole year, honestly. You
Ain't
know?
nothing wrong with it.
Also, unfair pricing, maybe higher prices in the apps, even surveillance pricing where you get a different price from than me.
Mm,
Okay. So that right there though, that's different. Like what he just said right there though, that's something else that's coming behind this whole thing with all this technology advancing and everything, where
mhm,
there's a concern about this surveillance pricing where, you know, because we got these mobile devices now, it's a computer. It's no longer a cell phone, it's actually a computer. And everybody has their passwords and their codes, but everything is recorded, you know.
right, right,
So, what he's talking about is like uh the monitoring, the algorithm,
right.
to where, like, a lot of times if you place a order on a certain thing, it'll pop up. Like when you go back to the app, it'll say, "Hey, are you trying to order these chicken fingers again? Because you done ordered them 25 times already." Right.
Oh, Imma
Uh,
get 3 days for the order that the demo that I just did to show you the pricing.
mhm.
For the next 3 days, it's gonna hit me up and be like, "Hey, you didn't complete your order. Hey, this looks good." I'm going to get I might even if I get one while I'm sitting here, I'll let you know.
Right. So it's doing that already. And that's what we're aware of. And that's what he was just speaking of, the target pricing. Well, now, it may which is crazy, like I don't think there's any such thing as privacy anymore anyway, in this digital world that we live in, and this digital reliant world that we in, with like even the youth are plugged into devices and online creating a digital footprint, and every adult pretty much has a digital footprint as well. So with that, it's like, okay, um now being kind of tracked or recorded, could it turn into a situation where in the future where it's like you may get a different price than I get?
They already saying they're doing it.
Like I may go on and put that same order in, but then my order comes in around $40. But because you work where you work at, and the wife work where she wife work at, and we file taxes, and it's all digitally correlated and all in the whole ecosystem, in the what they call it, what is it called, with the Bitcoin, man, what do they call that thing? They said it wasn't Bitcoin that was the problem. It was that was the big thing. It was the what's the ledger thing called? Man.
The ledger.
It's not the Bitcoin,
Not the crypto,
it's
is
the
it?
transaction thing. I can't, it's not coming. I know what it is. I say it later.
Right.
But but due to that though, you know, everything is tracked, everything is recorded. So it's easy to where you could pay for something, the same thing, and it could be higher than I pay for it.
Right, so a phone may know that if a person is more frugal, or if a person is like a free spender, and the free spender may have to spend more than the frugal person because they like, we gonna get this money out this frugal person, this free spender, we just gonna let them spend it, so and jack the price up. So I believe all of that, you know what I'm saying? And if they looking into it and they trying to change it, that mean they have some proof of it or some knowledge of it of some sort.
Yeah, that's crazy though. I couldn't imagine, you know, that doesn't seem fair. You know, I know life isn't fair, you know, cliche-ish, but I can't imagine how that benefits, you know, that only benefits the owner of the business,
Right.
you know,
Right.
like that doesn't benefit the actual individual
Just
customer.
shareholders, and they the ones who get it. That's why it's important to have like inspector generals and all that shit, and making sure everybody is, you know, kind of have some kind of guidelines on how to do things and not just shit on the people on the bottom that's actually making a business thrive. You know, I think.
Yeah, I also think it's important too for people to own stock too, because you made a good point. We like you said, it's for shareholders. I don't demonize them, especially when everybody has Cash App on their phone, and on Cash App you can buy stock. So, you know, so everybody has access to be able to, when you point that out, when you make that valid point about how, okay, yeah, maybe it's just the shareholders who it benefits, but one of my investment strategies that I use, even though we not talking about finances right now, but we is though real quick, um, is you should own where you spend your money at, you know? So like if you're a person who shops at Walmart and you spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars at Walmart every single month, or Home Depot every single month, or on Amazon every single month, you know, then I'm suggesting, this is not financial advice, okay? But this is just, you won't be rich unless you invest. All right. You cannot be richer if you do not invest in America. The only thing you can hope to do is make more money. That's it. And you're gonna have to bust your back to do that. All right. You have to find a way to make some money work for you. All right. It ain't just always about you working for the money. You got this device in your hand and you go to Walmart, you spend $600-700 a month at Walmart, $800-900 a month on, you know, $300-400. I don't care,
Right, right.
$100 a month on Amazon. Go to Cash App, take $20, take $30 a month, take $30 of that every single month that you spending at them places, and just buy some, be a shareholder, be a owner of it. If reinvesting in
Hey,
yourself, you gotta
and you're
spend your
right.
money at, man.
You're right, and you don't even have to go to all them places. You can make it real simple. Invest into the device, the company that made the device, the same device that you're gonna make the transaction on.
Now
get
you
what I'm
do got to
saying?
do that. Yeah. No, I do dig what you're saying. You can own that too. But you
Apple
know,
high though right now, so
yeah, but actually you can own Apple too, or Samsung. All right. But people buy a phone once and they keep it for a longer time. So it is wiser.
I say invest in the
It
company.
it is wiser to invest in where you continue to spend your money at on a regular basis. Okay. It's not bad investment to own AT&T. If you got AT&T in your house and you pay an AT&T bill every month, own some stock, because you're using that. If you got an iPhone, Apple, buy some Apple stock, yes. But where you going every single month, you ain't spending all that. You ain't spending $800 a month with Apple. You ain't spending $800 a month with AT&T. I mean, unless you got that much services. But you spending that money like that in Walmart on a constant, regular basis, month after month. You spending that money like that on Target constantly, month after month, on a consistent basis. Wise thing to do is own where you spend your money at. You know, that way you don't feel like a sucker, or feel like it's a bad thing when the shareholders benefit from consumer pricing and stuff like that, because then you're one of them and you can easily make yourself one of them.
Yeah,
So,
I could never really blame the shareholders. They don't have nothing to do with the day-to-day of a business, you know. So
yep. So moving on to our next topic, y'all. We got former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax. Sad story. Tragically takes his life and his wife's life. And sad story. We're gonna go and check this out.
Former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and killed his wife inside of their home and then shot and killed himself. A mother shot and killed, taken from her children, and then he takes his own life.
Authorities say the couple's 2 teenage children were both home at the time when the shootings occurred. Their son calling 911 shortly after midnight, initially thinking that his mom had been stabbed.
Caller stating that his dad might have stabbed his mom, saying that she's laying on the ground bleeding, can see holes in her shirt. Heard a fight about a minute ago. Unknown where his father is now.
And you can see there just video of the presence of law enforcement outside of the home. Police say the shootings come amid an ongoing domestic dispute between the couple who were in the middle of a, quote, messy divorce. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach made his way to their home in Annandale, Virginia. He joins us live. Gary, it's obviously haunting. It's shocking. We know police right now are in the early stages of this investigation. What more are we learning?
Yeah, Sam, just about 2 hours ago, we saw 2 body bags rolled out on 2 gurneys from the Fairfax family home just behind me. We're told by police those were the bodies of former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax and his wife, Serena. We know that what happened was just after midnight. His teenage son called police saying that they found his mother was.
Okay, so right now, dude just really regurgitating what they just already said to us. And sad thing though, cause I mean, what you think about this, man? Why you think he did this?
Oh, I got some details. Now you know, back in 2024, while in the middle of serving his stint, he had SA allegations, and he had refused to step down, and you know he wanted to ride his term out. His wife, she's a doctor, she stood by him, and pretty much I think just to ride the term out. So once that was over with, 2025, she filed for divorce. So she filed for divorce. Just
you think she asked him if he did it and he came clean?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Then why was she? I mean,
and
I asked that because we've seen people with accusations and allegations before, and they wife ain't leave them.
Right.
Bill Cosby did a whole bid. Shout out to Bill.
What she said was
his wife ain't leave, and then who else we had? I mean, shoot, when we see all the accusations with, I mean, hey, look at Jay-Z with accusations. Beyonce didn't leave him. Who else? I'm comparing them to upstanding, like Bill Cosby's upstanding, successful black man, Jay-Z upstanding, successful black man. We've seen families go through this, and the wife saying leave. So, it's all speculation. We don't know that because they both are deceased, unfortunately. But do you think that she filed the divorce? Because you made a great point. You said that she was rocking with him to the end of the term, but that's speculation. She don't say that. So I'm asking, like, do you think that that's really what happened? That she was she found out that he really did it, or what?
She said that she filed for a divorce because his alcoholism has taken control of him.
So it was alcohol. So it had nothing to do with the SA allegations.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it could have played a role in it. I'm pretty sure the alcoholism probably played the SA allegations probably played a role in him picking up heavily on his alcoholism. But she did file for divorce because of the alcoholism, and I'm pretty sure that at the end of the day, the allegations played a part in that, as well as far as being a lieutenant governor wife. And then she filed for divorce. So just last month, the judge gave her custody of the kids, said that she get custody of the kids, and he has to be out the house by April 31st, which is in a few days from now. And all of this took place, once all of that came down. So it's a lot going on there, a lot to unpack. It's a very, very sad story, especially it's sad in by itself, but then you did that with the kids in the house, And I mean, that's you left the children without the mother or the father. You know, I mean, if you wanted to do something like that, I mean, I know it's easy to say you should have just went and did it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very selfish. Let's watch the rest of this real quick.
Injured and was bleeding. She was indeed shot by Justin Fairfax. Justin Fairfax then taking his own life with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. We do know they were in the middle of divorce proceedings. We don't exactly know what, of course, caused this event.
Right. Of course, this was a public figure who had been involved in some controversy previously. What more do we know? Details about this contentious divorce, and perhaps if there were documents involved that could have been recently delivered. What did authorities say?
Yeah, so there's court proceedings going on right now about this divorce, and we are learning a lot from an order that came out just a few days ago from a circuit court judge here in Fairfax County that he apparently had purchased a handgun back in 2022 with money that was supposed to be for his kids' horseback riding lessons. He says it was for personal security after he left the lieutenant governor job because he no longer was afforded security by the governor's office. Of course, we do not know if that handgun is the same gun that was used in the incident last night. We also know from these documents that he was ordered to be out of the home behind me by April 30th. That's 2 weeks from today. So certainly there was a lot bubbling up on that part of his life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a very, very, very sad story. You know, that's tough right there. Rest in power to you know, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax. It's sad and very unfortunate that we have to see a black family, man, being destroyed in this way, you know. That's tough. That's tough. All of them things, that all of those accusations and things, him even dealing with his alcoholism, and then those children being left, like you said, without both of their parents. That was a very selfish act. And man, it's tough. It's tough. It
Yeah.
should just be a lesson.
It
to
definitely
people,
is.
to people that man, like sometimes it ain't worth it, man. Think about the babies, man. Think about the children. Think about, you know, like you can get all that stuff back. He might couldn't have got the governor job back, but I mean, now it's no getting your family back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no getting the family back. You actually destroyed your family and your kids and put them through trauma. But as we mentioned, any other time we talk about stuff like this, and especially when, you know, we talk about people, you know, getting unalived all the time, but when it involves also the suicide part of it, we mentioned 899 hotline is free. You know, if you ever have any problem with anything, it don't have to be that you want to take your own life or nothing like that. But if you have a problem like that, you need somebody to talk to, call 988. 988 is free. When you call or text or the chat line, you can have conversations confidential, and you know, and people will not judge you for it and try to work with you through that situation. So we do recommend that people do use that in time of crisis.
Absolutely. And if you're a veteran, you got numbers for the VA. Go to va.gov. Or head on over to the Veteran Kettle. We got that information right over there on the DBCHEFTV network. But sad story, prayers going out to that family. And let's go ahead and jump into this next topic, y'all. So another sad story, another sad story.
Hey man, we got this been a
more black life wasted, man.
We gotta pick it up next week. This been a sad week, man.
I mean, it's the news, family. This what's going on out here, you know. Like this is what's going on. Yeah. And you know, here we cover hip hop, we cover life, we cover politics, Hollywood, you know. So I mean, this is it's crazy, you know, it's crazy. But we have a beautiful young lady, rest in power, by the name of Ashlee Jenae. Beautiful chocolate sister, man. And she had a mysterious death in I want to say in Tanzania, off the east coast, the island of Tanzania, and the east coast of Africa. And she went over there with her fiance, and this thing has just gotten really crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out, man. This is a sad, crazy story too.
We're learning new details tonight about the death of an influencer with local ties who was found dead while on vacation in Africa. Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae online, was on a birthday trip with her fiance at the time.
Well, tonight we're learning her fiance is still being questioned as Robinson's family desperately tries to find out what happened to her.
It is Tuesday night. Stories off. Felicia Vitarelli is joining us, and the big story in Action News is the mysterious death of a South Jersey woman, now drawing international attention.
Now, tonight, we know new details from authorities about her death. She was on a vacation of a lifetime in Zanzibar, Tanzania, which is on the east coast of Africa. Action News reporter John Paul live in the Satellite Center now with the very latest, and the family desperate for answers, John.
Yeah, Alicia, Rick, they are desperate for those answers. Now, we did get some new information. We know that authorities in Tanzania have confiscated her fiance's passport. This is while he's still being questioned. But according to the BBC, local authorities there in Tanzania did not originally suspect him of any wrongdoing, while the family continues to be desperate to know what happened.
I don't think no one else is going to fight for it the way we will.
That fight continues tonight as the parents of Ashlee Robinson press for answers as to what happened to their daughter who was found dead in Tanzania. Today, the two spent the day in Washington, D.C., trying to get information from the embassy. They spoke with Action News yesterday, saying they were getting nowhere.
No one wants to talk to us. Like, just let us know what happened. That's the only thing we want to know is the truth.
There is nothing that's confirmed. We don't have anything from the police or law enforcement that states that there is a conclusion to anything. It's under investigation, and it's under investigation because it doesn't look right.
Robinson, a 31-year-old social media influencer who went by Ashlee Jenae online, was found unresponsive.
That melanin rocking. Look how beautiful that girl is. That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy, man. What you think? Do you think he killed her? What you think, man?
Have they heard anything? I mean, I haven't heard anything about, is he in custody, what he has to say, what kind of relationship they had.
What's up, cuz?
I mean, to take someone to Tanzania, I guess if you got the money, you would take them out somewhere to, get rid of them. But I mean,
hold up, rewind that back. What you say you take it to get rid of them?
Yeah, I mean,
why? What's happening with Tanzania? They ain't got no they lost.
Well, they said they can't get nothing from the police. No one's cooperating with the family. He may
the
have
family ain't out there yet. I think in this. I watched this early. I think that they headed out there.
But they can do that. They have every right to do that. But I think sometimes in reality, you lost a loved one in another country. You can't pull up in that other country with the same mentality sometimes some countries that you have here in this country, because you might be right there with them. You get what I'm saying? They're not sharing no information. Now you go there.
I mean, there's some truth to that, but I'm just like, man, I think he killed her. I mean, I know it's alleged. This is my opinion. I ain't putting nothing on that man. I guess I am putting it on him. I think he did it.
Yeah, you put it all the way on him.
I think they got into an argument. He was upset about something. I think he, I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he got upset and his upsetness got the best of him, and he got out of hand with things.
So TMZ saying that the husband is MIA after her death. So I mean, I haven't watched this right here. I don't know if anything changed, but that's what I'm looking at right now. So I mean, if he's MIA, he definitely did it.
Yeah, I think he did it.
He definitely did it.
I do think he did it, because I do think that it was. I don't think it was out of passion, though. I don't think it was out of passion.
What you think it was?
You know what I think it was? I think she might have been real solid, and she was like, "You can't get no cheekage until we married." That's what I think it was.
Or it could have been.
And I think he got into his head on some, I flew you all the way out here, thinking like, ain't nobody will fly you out here like that. He got into some ego thing and got upset. And you know, thinking with his little head, and then made a decision and took that beautiful sister life, you know, and then realized, you know, then he out there, so he like, okay, I'm gonna stage it, you know, try to hit him with the fake out or whatever.
Right.
And you know, and then out there they like, okay, we're gonna believe the white man versus the dead black girl. She can't even tell no story.
Well,
right?
they said that he ghosted the family after her death, and they are demanding the hotel release the surveillance footage. So it may be some surveillance footage with it, that kind of shows something. You know, at least if you can see something like them being at a bar, and they get into a little argument, even if there's no audio, you can see the body language if something is going awry. You know, I think you know, the investigation gonna play out. You know, I don't know neither one of them. This is the first time I ever seen that. Was she on The Bachelor or something like that?
Oh no, I haven't. I don't keep up with her. You know, I just seen the story and heard about the story. I haven't even gone back to look at any of her influential stuff.
Right.
You know, just because it's sad, man. It's like, to even go back and look at that stuff, for me, you know, that's just my personality. Like, it's just depressing because you see this beautiful sister and you just like, man, all of her talent, you know, and her life wasted and taken from her, and it's no answers. So it's just like, what was the point? And then even when you see the pictures to look at this and see that, you know, where she looks happy, you know, right here. Let me see this right there.
Well, they say that she was in a dispute shortly before she was found, but the local authorities in Tanzania are suggesting that this may possibly be a suicide. And but Ashlee family say that, you know, they reject that claim, saying that, you know, she wouldn't do that, that she was a
why
beacon
my
of light.
daughter, like why my daughter gonna do that? She probably believe in, you know, in Jesus Christ. She probably like, man, I ain't doing that. You know, like that's
Right.
a sin.
And then you on vacation in Tanzania, and that's where you decide you you want to do that. Like, come
giraffes,
on,
like
man.
who,
You know,
like look at this, cuz like, who do you want to die in a place like this? Like,
like
you know,
Tanzania. Like,
I mean,
you
look
know.
at that. I mean,
Right.
you know, like you're
Yeah.
feeding giraffes, and look at that little, what's the water buffer? What's them little things called? I don't know what them little things called. They got a different name for
They
them,
water buffalo.
you know, but
Yeah, they're the little water buffalo.
but I mean, come on, you look at the trees in the background, the moringa trees and I mean, look at this. This don't even look real.
Yeah, so what they say, Tanzania is off the coast of Africa?
It's an island off the coast of Africa.
Coast of Africa. Yeah, that, I mean, no one, I don't think no one will unalive themselves in that setting. You got more of a chance of meeting your maker by messing with one of them animals on the ground than you doing it to yourself, I believe.
You know,
I mean, that's
by being in a safari or something
right.
But it looks plentiful. It looks like the lions ain't even hungry over there.
Now listen, he goes to family, you know, and then the authorities are trying to say it was an unaliving of herself. I'm not buying it at all. I'll put a stamp on it. I want to see what the investigation gonna say. This is the first I ever heard of the girl or the guy. But I'm interested to see what
you
it
ever
is.
fed a giraffe? I never fed. I want to go to Africa now. I'm ready to go now.
I fed a giraffe at the zoo. It ain't you know, I think the tongue is gonna feel the same as a African tongue. It ain't that.
Well, I ain't got to go to fly to Africa to do it.
You ain't got to fly to Africa to do it. Go on down there. You're gonna do it one time, and he gonna lick your hand, and it's gonna touch your elbow, And you be like, nah, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
nah,
nah,
yeah.
I'm gonna go to Africa and do it though. I think we just going to Africa would be the flex, you know.
Definitely that would be the
Yeah.
flex. Not feeding a giraffe is
You
not
know,
gonna
we
be the
go
flex.
places anyway, but I don't
Yeah,
post no
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah,
So,
feeding a giraffe is not the flex.
So
Going to
you-
Africa is the flex. So
yeah, so you
yeah,
know.
do that. But if you go to Tanzania, just have some people with you around you and shit. Because something go wrong, the police ain't gonna help you out.
That's crazy, man. This young sister, she looks so happy right there. And I can't even believe that just, you know, even these right here. Look at these pictures. Let's play the rest of this real quick.
Possible suicide. But investigators in Tanzania said she had been in a fight with her fiance, Joe McCann, hours earlier, and the two were separated by hotel staff.
Oh,
He was moved to a
yeah, he
different
killed her.
villa, which was about a 10-minute walk away from where she was staying. Her parents are now pushing for security footage from the Zuri Zanzibar hotel.
See, and this what I'm saying right here, where he gave her the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got down, he proposed, and then she was just like, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna do this the right way. Like, you know, like we gonna consummate the marriage on the wedding day, you know, because girls want a fairy tale, you know, like I can't knock her for wanting to have her fairy tale how she wanted and in real life to be able to do it how she wanted to do it, you know, like you can't get everything, but some little things like that you in control of that, you know. So
Yeah, I don't know what set the argument off. I mean,
I'm guessing, I'm speculating here, but I'm thinking.
Would you said it's about some cheeks? Cause
I'm thinking the only thing that he did, like, what could it have been? If you trying to marry her, you know what I'm saying, and you take her all the way out there, like, and you do all that, like, and y'all on a vacation, like, I'm just thinking, like, what throws the vibe off? Like, that's a whole. Like, I never went out of the country with my lady and we had a bad time. Like, I ain't even had no attitude. I might have been upset about something somebody else did, you know, like maybe services and not even upset, just like, what the heck is going on with this stuff? You know, some services or something with the travel in the mix. But like between us though, no, we ready to turn up, have a good time, enjoy where we at, enjoy the weather, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the food,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
but
like
a dude
what
just
could
threw his
happen?
wife. A dude just threw his wife overboard of a cruise ship. You know, so I mean, I guess vacation. Sometimes you go on
But
vacation.
he been married to her though.
yeah, he got tired of her.
Yeah,
Hey,
he been married to her. He
let me
threw
tell
her
you something.
overboard because he been married to her.
Let
He
me tell you
already
something I heard the
he
other
brought
day,
that with
man.
him. He brought that with him when they
Let me tell you something I heard the other day. I think it was in a movie, right?
when they got underway.
The people said we've been married for 20 some years, and the guy was and the other person was like, oh, that's awesome, and the dude said, yeah, man, it felt like it was just 3 minutes ago, and he paused for a second. And he said, underwater. I said, damn, 3 minutes. He said his marriage feel like 3 minutes underwater. Anyway, I fucked the joke up, but I tried. Okay,
Nah, I
tried.
mean, nah, it wasn't for me to laugh at. I just, you know, I just be like, man,
It cracked
you
me
know,
up.
like
Sometimes I crack myself up.
I've been married twice. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I really want to be married. So jokes about not being able to communicate, just to my core are not funny. You know, the jokes about unless it's a comedy skit and somebody saying something or whatever, like, yeah, then it's kind of funny to me. But just like in real common practice, it's just like, nah, man, like you took that person to be your wife. It need to be more serious. It's not as serious as it was. You know, our grandmamas and granddaddies and them, when they got married for real. It wasn't no to a condition or this thing happened or this thing happened and then now we going out. Nah, it was, I'm gonna rock out with you and we gonna work this out. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what we need to bring Black love back. We just looked at an episode of a story just now.
Two episodes of relationships depth.
Well, I'm not calling that because that was a pedophile situation,
right,
with David and that little girl. Okay,
right.
But when we look at the lieutenant governor, and and his wife and them children and stuff like that, man. Like, you know, like that's sad, you know. And it's like, damn, if they could have worked it out, you know, like what it wasn't. It makes it feel like it wasn't enough counseling. You know, they ain't had no elders. They ain't had somebody to talk to that been through some stuff to be able to talk to them. They ain't had no pastors. You know, they ain't have no spiritual advisors. They ain't had no grandmama, no granddaddy, no auntie, no somebody who with they person, you know, not somebody who's single giving you information on how to stay single and be single, because that's all they ever gonna be. You know, we talking about people who trying to give you some information on, you know, how to work out your differences with your significant other so y'all can stay together and make it last forever, like Keith Sweat say, you know, because when you see people with 30, 40, 50 years, like, bro, like that is an accomplishment. You've been able to work out differences as a human being with another person, raise other human beings, solve problems, all these things. Like, it ain't no value in that no more. You know, like we need to bring the value back to that. So to see this young sister in this situation right here, I'm only thinking that only thing that he could have did, only thing that could have, you know, and I'm not saying that's what I would do. I'm saying I'm thinking of the most sucker-ish that could have happened. And the most sucker type corny-ish that could have happened is he was mad he ain't get no cheeks. He wasn't getting no cheeks because she wanted to save it for the wedding day. And he was all trying to, you know, he wanted to test the merch before the perch. You know,
That's your story. You sticking with it.
yeah, family. That's where I'm at, because that's where I'm at with it, man. For real. Cause anything else, I can't think of nothing else.
I know. I mean, I can't think of nothing.
I can't think of
I don't think I mean,
that would make him unaliver.
Yeah, man. I mean, you just proposed to the girl and you unalive her because you ain't getting no cheeks that night.
Versus she took her own life. I'm not buying that.
No, she didn't take her own life. I know that.
I ain't buying
Well, I
that.
can't say I know that for a fact, but I know that for as much as a fact that I want to know it for.
Yeah,
she didn't take her own life.
Like, I would like to know the toxicology report. Like, did she get drugged? You know, was she drugged first and then it was staged, or you know? So
they didn't say what the cause of death was.
They just saying they found her dead right now.
The story don't say it is going.
That will tell the story. So we just want to know if there's any security footage, if there's anything just to saying that what he's saying is true.
The hotel hasn't responded to them, but did provide a brief statement to ABC News saying they were deeply saddened by a tragic incident involving one of our guests. Tonight, the family's preparing to fly to Zanzibar to try to get answers in person.
I just know that I have to keep going forward. I'm never going to give up. And I just want the truth out there.
We did reach out to McCann. He has not responded. As for the autopsy, that is expected to be released at some point tomorrow. The parents tell me that they are still trying to make the trip out to Africa. They expect to do that sometime this week, but they are waiting on that autopsy.
Yeah, they waiting on the autopsy right now. And like I said, man, prayers to their family, man. Safe travels to mom and dad. You know, and I hope y'all get some answers for real, because this is horrible, man. And if dude is, which I think he is, guilty, you know, man, I hope they cook him for real. I really do. I hope he get cooked.
I'm trying to see if
I hope they hit him with the whole cookbook. For real. The grease, simmer, saute. Don't even simmer. Just throw them in a broiler. Just broil them.
They saying that it was cerebral hypoxia caused by strangulation and suffocation.
Okay.
So the autopsy report did come out.
Strangulation.
Yes, strangulation and suffocation.
And suffocation.
And her real name is Ashlee Robinson. Yeah, and that's Tanzania. Yeah. So that was the finding of the medical examiner.
Yeah, man, he killed her, man. He killed that girl, man.
Yeah, and these autopsies reports was made public yesterday. What's today? The 16th or the 17th?
17.
Okay, yeah. So yesterday sometime they released the autopsy. So the autopsy is death by asphyxiation, strangulation. So that's it's out there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he killed her.
Yeah, he killed her, man.
31 years old. Yeah.
Life gone, man. Life gone. I hope they cook him, man. Cook him.
And the thing about it, they said she was found dead on April 8th or 9th. And you know, we just getting the autopsy report, isn't it? Okay.
But it's in Tanzania,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know, they may work a little slower than.
Well, you know, I think at least in the let me see the GoFundMe campaign, family created. They don't have it up here. You know, at least you know when it came back with you know the results that you know me and you sat here trying to figure out what it was. You know, you already said off the rip that he killed her. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely strangled her and asphyxiated her to unalive to death. And yeah, that's what happens. That's what happened.
Crazy, man. Rest in peace, young Ashlee Jenae. And we are praying for you to get justice, baby girl. For real. So going ahead and moving on to our fifth and final, last but never least story. We got little Tjay's homies. Little Tjay homies wanted by the FBI for the Offset shooting. They turning up the heat. Y'all know, like last week, Offset got shot at the Hard Rock Casino down there in Fort Lauderdale, and that's federal land. So it's the reserve. Well, it's not federal land. It is the Indian Reserve from the Seminole tribe. Shout out to the Seminole tribe. But it is policed federally. So, you know, they're gonna dig into it. And yeah, let's go.
And it's crazy, because the same thing is going on with what's his name?
Up the heat in a high-profile South Florida.
What's going on with what?
With your boy Young Thug. You know, approached Charleston White, but it just so happened where they did that at, it was on federal land. So now they're going after this. But so a lot of people have to be aware of jurisdiction when they're doing shit. You know, because you can be in a place that's in the state, in a town, but that town might be owned by the federal government, or that land might be owned by the federal government. You can find yourself in a different type of situation. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on what you said though, like how about people just stop doing ignorance? How about that? How about you just stop trying to shoot people, stop trying to fight, go places and have your good time. You know what I'm saying? And how about if you gambling, you know, have your money together too. Even the what you talk about, so that's Tjay and Offset, but then Thug and Charleston White. How about Charleston White when you go places, you know, don't antagonize people. You know, how about that for Charleston White? And then how about Young Thug? Don't feel like you gotta, you know, you gotta let him know I'm still street. You gotta keep some persona of this tough guy when you know you on 15 years probation, family.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like everybody could stop trying to be all this super tough, you know, and then and everybody want to pop stuff, pop they ish, talking this and talking that, talking smack, because everybody know, like, man, it's just a waste of time. Like you know, it's gonna be, you're gonna end up paying in some form down the road, you know, whether it's karma or whether it's with the law enforcement and the courts, like, you know.
Yeah,
Where the love at? Where the love at out?
You know, they had asked the Mexican population to self-deport. The black population, we ain't even got to self-deport because we're doing ignorance to each other. You know, and in that line of ignorance, that's your word. You know, it's taking a lot of brothers off the street or to the grave. Period.
Yeah, that's all ignorance does. Ignorance leads to prison or a coffin. That's it.
Right.
It ain't nothing else going on.
Shooting, releasing new images they hope will help crack the case in the shooting that left rapper Offset injured outside of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
CBS News, my name is Chelsea Jones, your reporter live in Hollywood this evening with clues that investigators hope that somebody recognizes. Chelsea.
Guys, I talked to a former FBI special agent who says at this point in the investigation, the FBI likely knows who they are looking for. It's all a matter of finding them. New images released by the FBI shedding new light on a group of people accused of attacking Kiari Cephas, best known as Offset. After the attack, investigators say one of these men allegedly shot Offset, tried to take his watch, then took off in these two Chevrolet trucks. It all happened last Monday just before 7:30 outside of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Former FBI Special Agent Stuart Kaplan says the agency is applying pressure.
We want to see whether or not individuals start to utilize, for example, digital devices in texting or cellular phone calls.
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that nigga shot me.
That's Tian Merritt, also known as rapper Lil Tjay. Seminole police accuse him of ordering his entourage to attack Offset. They arrested and charged him with disorderly conduct, but he was released.
There are oftentimes people are detained or apprehended, let go, and then subsequently additional information is developed, and that person, while released, could again be rearrested.
Kaplan says facial recognition technology and license plate readers will aid in this investigation.
And I think it's more of trying to locate these individuals instead of an attempt in identifying these individuals.
Offset is now out of the hospital. He was back on stage a few days ago. Now, this investigation does continue. The FBI wants to hear from you if you know anything, so give them a call at 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Yeah.
Yep. So y'all can give him a call. I thought you was gonna go ahead and run that number back for him. Give him a call at 1-800-FBI. Because you be dropping the numbers and stuff.
Give him hey, you know, I mean,
sheriff seasons.
Listen, whenever we talk about things where people do unaliving of themselves and stuff, I'm gonna drop the number every time. Get some help. You know what I'm saying? Get some help. Call somebody.
Oh, but you don't want them to call nobody for all these little, these fools out here shooting recklessly and all that. And
yeah, he did. 911. Call 911.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 911. Straight up. You know, I mean, if you got hooligans running around your neighborhood, I mean, we had a whole story about that last week on snitching. If you're a concerned citizen, and they terrorizing your neighborhood, call the police on them. Do that.
Yeah, so his homeboys is on the run now. Basically the FBI is saying that we have identified these suspects and we out here now canvassing and and knocking on doors and rattling, shaking bushes and doing what needs to be done to try to apprehend these alleged assailants. So I'm just like, man, why would they think that was an intelligent thing to do, that was smart to do, especially like anywhere? I'm not even going to put it on just being at the Hard Rock Casino, because like I'm tired of just seeing news of young brothers, and sisters going through this. Like we're like, now you on the FBI radar. Now the police is looking for you. All these things going on where they taking down 30, 40, 50 people at a time, these gang raids, and it's like all of them look like us.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, even if it is a little bit a little mix, it's still the majority is the minority,
Yeah.
and it's continual. And it's just like, man, when is anybody going to say like, man, enough is enough? Like, let's be better. Let's be black people. Let's not be ninjas. Let's not be his owls. Let's not be bees owls. You know, let's be black people. Let's be upstanding. Let's be proud to be this. You know, let's present ourselves in a way, you know, that is exemplary. You know, where somebody would want to say, "Dag, I like the way they carry themselves on that. I like the way they do that." You know,
Right.
like where it's exemplary, where somebody would want to say, "I would like to do that." You know, I would like to replicate myself after that. That ain't hard. That ain't envy. That ain't why you like this, or you ain't doing it like this, or you ain't doing. You know, looking to tear down instead of looking at the exemplary. Like, dang, that person.
But one
Like,
thing.
what's going on, man?
One thing that I see in a story like this, man, is how is it that a grown man that's a grown man can let another grown man convince you to go do some shit that person wouldn't even go do? So little TJ ordered me to go over there and run up on Offset because he got a problem with him. I ain't never met Offset in a day of my life, nigga. I'm not going over there mess with that man.
But
you know what I'm
don't-
saying?
but okay, but what you have to understand is that we didn't grow up in gang culture. We also didn't grow up where we followed a lot. But I'll give you an example. Your brother used to make us fight people. In my community and in your community, when I would come over your house, come around your way, we had to fight. When you come around my way, we have to fight people too. So, but your brother was making us fight. Now, whether we say your brother was making us fight to be tough, your brother was still making us fight, because I remember plenty of fights that we had against other people at the churchyard, in the circle, all that we didn't start. That your brother was out there with like some of the older guys, and they was like, "Oh, I bet your cousin can't be. Oh, I bet your brother can't do this and that." And then we be out there whooping ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, I remember we fought at Maple Spring.
At Maple Spring, we fought at the church. We
No,
fought
but
at the church.
Born ain't had nothing to do with that right there though. That was
that.
summer camp. That was vacation Bible study.
Vacation Bible school. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maple Springs and Vacation Bible School, man. We got busy out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, cuz. So like, you know, when I look at that, that's how I correlate that. I look at it like it's somebody who is influential that's gonna say, go punch them in the face, right? And we see this now where it's like it could be anything, because it be so petty. It don't even be something that's like serious, you know. Like I even look at it like your brother and them was doing it for fun, making us fight, because we didn't really have a problem with the other kids. You know what I'm saying? We like to fight. We grew up fighting, you know. So it wasn't nothing to us to go punch on another little kid and see what kind of fight they got in them. Especially,
But I mean, you know, me and you got each other backs to the end of the earth and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you know, if
I'm
it's
not
not
gonna send you, but you're not gonna say, "Little cuz, go do this or go do
right,
that."
right.
You know what I mean?
You know, now if,
Like,
if
you're
it's
not gonna do that,
if it's
though.
a spur of a moment situation, shit break out and we got to fight, boom, boom, boom. But if we just out and you be like, oh, there goes such and such, I'm be like, well, cuz, who was such and such? Yeah, we about to run down. About to do what? For what? I'm gonna ask some questions. I need to know some shit, because now we about to approach the people. They're not approaching us. I need to know before we walk into this shit.
That's a fact, though. But I mean, but when we look at our age and everything, like, we're not about to fight nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like at this age now, like I'm not fighting nobody. I'm either calling the police or standing my ground.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You
say
know what I'm
less.
saying?
Say less. Say
Yeah.
less.
So it's like, that's the difference. But when we look at these young guys, when we look at the little TJ, you know, he's 20 something years old, you know, and when we even look at the case with David and how he was in his early 20s, but still functioning on a immature level, you know, where he's dealing with a little girl, like literally a little girl, you know.
Yeah.
And we see that, so that's still is that type of behavior, that mindset is there, is where it's very immature, where it's like, hey, go beat them up. You know, and then they like, you know, he like, I'm gonna give y'all $1,000, y'all go. And then they looking at it like, okay, well, if we catch it on video, right?
Mhm.
Then, you know, then they gonna get some clout because we in the clout world now, right? But this the thing though. Offset got some hands though. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's the difference though. Like you might think you about to put hands on somebody, but you don't know that they got hands too.
Right.
And just because you young, you may not be skilled. You see? So that's
Mhm.
why I'm like, where we at, what it is, like I always say this. Cause I used to get this in the military. I used to hear people be like, you know, I do this and I do that. And I'm just like, how? You ain't never had a fight in your life. So how do you know that that's what that you going? Are you just so confident that you're gonna beat up this person and you ain't never had a fight in your life? I'm like, cuz we used to come in the house all the time fighting. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like we grew up boxing, wrestling, fighting. So I'm just like, cuz that's muscle memory. So you telling me I don't give a shit if you 24, 25 and you think you this whatever and you ain't fought nobody, but you think you're gonna beat me up, I'm gonna tag you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna knock you the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you I'm gonna make and if you and for real, like even with me being disabled, I'ma still knock you up. You're gonna want to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that because I've been fighting my whole life.
Well, you know, one thing
You see
you
what
can
I'm
say to
saying? So
people,
like,
one thing you can say to people is they be like, you know, I'm gonna whip that person ass. Well, what do you think that person is gonna be doing while you're whipping their
why
ass?
you whooping their ass? And
You
that's what I'm
know?
saying. Like, and that's why I'm just like people haven't even fought before, but they be feeling like they tough, like they could fight.
Right.
And they never fought, you know what I'm saying? But they just know in their brain, oh, I could whoop some ass, but you ain't never challenged it though.
Yeah, man, but
You ain't never worked it out. You ain't never I got beat up before too. You know what I'm
but to
saying?
go
Like
fight, but to go fight somebody on demand
I
because
ain't
somebody else say
100
go
out
fight them.
here. I done took some
That's
losses,
crazy.
you
That's
know.
crazy. You know, to me, it made me think about the how can I put it? The unalive bomber person. Like, you know, like I'll be like, they'd be like, you have to go over there and do this and unalive bomb yourself. Right. And wait a minute, you telling me to go do that, but you haven't done it. You go first. And then I'll let you know if I want to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
but they
I j-
still sending they sending their friends, they flunky friends.
right. And
They
that's what it
sending they
is. The
flunky friends.
influential people that they can have influence
Yeah,
over,
they sending
and
they
they can,
flunky friends, man.
and I think that's the root of the issue, that people have to have some kind of control over themselves and not let other people control them. You know what I'm saying?
They not leaders, and that's what I'm saying. Like these young people, they not leaders like sending their friends to do this stuff, you know, because it's just like, man, think about it. You getting money. You can be influencing your friends to do so much other stuff collectively for y'all to get some more money together.
Absolutely. You already had the power over them.
You already got the power over
You
them.
already got the power over them. Yeah.
If they take a life for you,
Lead them to greatness.
then
It's
lead
gonna
them
make
to
you great.
Come on,
That's
fam.
it. You know what I'm saying? Lead them to greatness is gonna make you great. So
Come on, fam. For sure. So
that's a book right there. Lead them to greatness. It'll make you great.
it'll make you great, right? And with that said, we ain't got no more for y'all tonight. Make sure to smash that like. We had singer David arrested for the death of the young Celeste, dismembered, man. You know, and if we'll see how that case plays out, y'all stay tuned for that. But we gonna pray for the victim in that case, young Celeste, rest in power. Federal government cracking down on them delivery app fees, y'all. So maybe that order like we put together, maybe that'll get a little cheaper. But I don't know if they start running them algorithms where they selectively targeting. Oh, you make this much, so you're gonna pay $5. You're gonna pay $5 for the chicken fingers, but Cold Season's gonna pay $6 1/4 for the chicken fingers.
Mm.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but at least there's something coming down the pipe for that. Then we had a sad story. Rest in power to Justin Fairfax's wife. Also, I want to say rest in peace to Justin Fairfax too, and send love and condolences to the family of the wife and his family also, and to them babies who no longer have a mother and a father. This is truly a sad story.
And the family do have a GoFundMe. We didn't have that information, but it's out there. So if you really want to donate to the family GoFundMe, you can. It's out there. Just type in it and you'll find it.
Yeah, that's crazy. They ain't had no life insurance with Cold Seasons adding that. That's what's up. But on that note, y'all make sure y'all got some life insurance out here. Like make sure you got life insurance.
And she was a doctor, and he was what the AG.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. That's tacky as hell for people to have a GoFundMe to bury your family. When you can get some life insurance out here. So I think people need to do better with that. And like you said, she was a doctor and he was a government official. A good government job.
Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, it's no way that
one step down from the governor.
It's no way that they should be having a GoFundMe. I ain't judging. I'm just saying, like, damn, where the life insurance policy at? Like I can't believe that they was moving like that and they ain't have those type of things in place. Sad story. The mysterious death of young Ashlee Jenae. What was her real name, family?
Ashlee, I will have to go back. I don't have it up here.
Okay. But yeah, we're gonna send some prayers to her, man. And if
Ashlee Robinson.
Ashlee Robinson, and also known as Ashlee Jenae. Rest in peace to that beautiful brown sister, man. Beautiful, chocolate gorgeous sister, man. It's so sad that she was unalive, and man, it's horrible, man. It's just a horrible thing. We got to do better, y'all. And sisters, y'all gotta make some better decisions with these dudes y'all dealing with, for real. And then fifth and final, last but not least, little Tjay homies wanted by the FBI for the offset shooting, man. Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? Because they coming for you. And they on your heels right now because everybody knows. It's all across the internet. And they gonna get you. They coming to get you. So people gotta make better decisions. And like we were just talking about, man, if you're in a leadership position, man, lead your homies to something positive, man, and productive and peaceful. Like we always wish everybody right here on Brunch with the Fellas. And that's all we got for y'all. We want to thank everybody for pulling up with us and hanging out in the chat. Shout out Bug. Shout out Big Bug pulled up. What up, cuz?
Talk Bug.
Yeah, that's Bug.
What up, Tuck Bug?
And yeah, and don't forget to share the video. Also, please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit that like button. Help us get in the algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas each and every Friday night at 9 p.m. If you don't got a date, then don't be late. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV.
And I'm your boy, Cold Seasons.
And we are the Brunch Fellas. Until next time, peace, cuz.
Peace.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast. The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at DBCHEFTV.com.